it is a self-defense form, but I feel like the overall purpose behind it is more of like a stimulating aspect. There's a lot of actual like cognitive aspects that goes into learning jiu-jitsu. So I feel like, using it as a tool to navigate more creativity is actually, in my opinion, the greater aspect of it. This is going to sound really funny, actually. So when I was about 13 years old, I saw this movie called Never Back Down. And I was like, wow, those guys are getting all the girls. So I thought like, oh, this is going to be a great outlet for that by the time I get into high school. So that was around 7th, approaching 8th grade.
I think the purpose and goal of learning jiu-jitsu at first is self-defense. But I think the longer and longer that you do it, it becomes one of those things where it kind of sets the balance and the pace that you kind of want for life. It's one of those things where you see this personal growth and you kind of start applying that to other fields of your life. It's just one of those things where you have this idea of who you are as a person based on whatever information, and then someone comes and literally turns the world upside down because it's like, okay, I can defend myself. There's levels to this thing, and people keep introducing levels to it, and that's why it's start standing, so you need to punch, you need to weave, you need to learn how to kick, you need to learn how to block, and then there's takedowns. Okay, so you need to learn how to defend the takedown, you need to learn how to do takedowns, and then it's like, wait, what happens when I end up on the ground? You need to learn how to get up, you need to learn how to defend, you need to learn how to attack off the ground, you need to learn how to, and then it just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper, so it's just one of those things where there's no stopping per se, but it's one of those things where you learn to adapt, which is life. So that's where all these metaphors come from.
Whenever jiu-jitsu or Brazilian jiu-jitsu was thrown into the mix, oftentimes that jiu-jitsu had a high success rate because no other martial art had an established ground game aside from wrestling. But even then, the ground game in jiu-jitsu is so much more complex and like more, I would say, more complete in a sense, and that's why jiu-jitsu won out most of the times in UFC, or early UFC. So as a kid I did Taekwondo, I did a little bit of Muay Thai for like a month. I did Hapkido, which is like essentially a more aggressive form of Aikido. It's Korean and more like, there's actual strikes, well Aikido has none of that. And also, I did a year of wrestling. But I would say jiu-jitsu is like the best out of all of them. I still lose all the time, but I like each time I like do jiu-jitsu, I learn from it, and that's what's most enticing about jiu-jitsu is the fact that I learn from each experience.
I just thought it'd be something like fun to like get involved with. I have a friend that does it back home, and like he always talked about it. So when I saw this club and I saw that it was free, I was like, let me try that. It's pretty cool, like having like a sport where you can like kind of like not fight with somebody, but and then not have like strength being an issue. Like learn to like take someone down without necessarily having to overpower them. I think it'd be pretty interesting to see like more women try these kinds of sports, like close combat sports.